I turned to her, I literally clenched my ass cheeks, and I was like, would you like to sing? Hey guys, it's PatrickStarrr. Welcome back to my channel. Happy New Year. We are in 2021 and things are going a little bit rocky. But today I have so much energy to drink in me. I got inspired. By the way, I've been resting. I know my posts have been kind of a little bit irregular in terms of posting, but I really needed to take time for myself, spend time with my own thoughts to just align everything I need. If you guys didn't know, my life has been so busy outside of YouTube because I have a brand, because I want to take care of myself, my family, my team, my friends, my mental health, and being a social media full-time individual in this world is just a lot. But throughout my whole career, I have been blessed to be working with the most amazing companies, brands, and celebrities. Okay, so today the video is the truth about celebrities I've worked with. So today is kind of like a get ready with me where I talk about some stories that may not have been seen or captured or spoken behind the scenes just because I've had such an amazing experience with actually everyone. I just kind of want to like sprinkle in some behind the scenes, some tea of what happened and how it came to be. If you guys are inspired to work with celebrities, be a YouTuber, be a celebrity makeup artist, feel free to follow along, get ready with me, and I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for coming with me on this journey so far. If you guys want to see more videos like this, comment down below, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up. Please, 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 please thumbs up this video if you guys like me, so I can know and be validated that my existence is worth it. Please. But without further ado, let's just jump right into the video. And don't forget, makeup is a one-size-fits-all. First line of business, eyebrows. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. This is in the shade number 4. And can anyone guess the first celebrity I had ever worked with on my YouTube channel? I'll wait. It is none other than the amazing, the one and only Kiki Palmer. Do you guys remember that video?
We got Kiki in the house.
Good morning, kids. But this is the thing. Look at this face beat that y'all don't understand. In person, it looks airbrushed, baby. You don't understand.
So if you're an aspiring YouTuber and you wonder how these things come about, Kiki Palmer and I stumbled across each other via Twitter. We were following each other. She DM'd me. I said, would you like to do something? She was like, yeah, and my mind was blown. This one, I never knew what it was like to work with a celebrity. So she asked me out to brunch all the way in North Hollywood, and she had a sickening bun, bangs, and glasses, and I was like, oh my God. She was sitting by herself, no security or anything, and I was just like, hey Kiki. She was like, Patrick, and we just talked. She was like very Kiki Palmer with her hands on the table, crossed, and just listening, super engaged, and I was so blown away by her maturity and her wanting to work with someone like me. And this is when I first moved to LA, and mind you, I lived in a studio apartment in downtown Los Angeles. My setup was in my kitchen. I just literally had my little backdrop and 2 little softbox lights on my dining table, which is where I filmed a few years ago. She was so down, and I remember she came and she brought her assistant and was so open, so down, and me and Peter were literally shaking. And Peter did not live with me yet or move to LA yet, and we were just shaking, and we even sang together.
And this Christmas will be a very special Christmas for me.
When I tell you guys, I was so gagged. Peter and I, my brother, if you guys don't know Peter, he works with me, films me, does my business and everything. We were screaming after working with Kiki. It was the most honorable experiences. Him and I grew up watching True Jackson VP, Akilah and the Bee, and just followed her career, and she was just so down to earth, so humble, and it was just such an amazing experience. We were on such a high, and she's just so amazing, so well spoken, and with her, I couldn't have asked for a better celebrity to work with, especially in my home, literally where I was living. So the next collab celebrity that I worked with, to me, is a huge star, especially coming from YouTube in the industry, is none other than Miranda Sings. When we were DMing back and forth, she was like, yeah, I'll come over. I want you to do my makeup and glam me. I was so shook. Oh my gosh. We were living in this older building in downtown LA, and our AC was broken. When I tell you, so embarrassing. It was so hot. We had to crack open the windows. She was so kind and so down to earth. I don't know if I had hit 1 million yet doing YouTube, but it was just such a pleasurable honor to work with her and get inspired and get advice from an amazing individual like her. And her success from being on Broadway, having her own show, her success, and on top of everything, being a mom now is just still so sickening to me. And Colleen, if you're watching, I love you. So if you guys are wondering, a lot of these celebrities, the majority of them have come through direct message. So if you guys want any advice, like literally creating a clean reputation online, I know that's hard nowadays with everything happening. I will not name names. When I was coming to LA, like pre-YouTube, I really wanted to become a celebrity makeup artist because that's what I was so passionate about. And little did I know, you know, an amazing friend of mine, Crispy, if you guys know her, shout out to Crispy. I love you, Crispy, if you're watching. She took me out to lunch with Hank and Henry. She picked me up, I believe in her BMW or Mercedes. It was a fancy car. I felt so honored. She literally told me and sat me down at Bossa Nova in West Hollywood. She was like, babe, just do both until one takes over. And for me, YouTube took over. I didn't have time to, you know, do celebrities, because YouTube was such a passion of mine then. And I decided to stick with it. And eventually it became a thing where celebrities and this YouTube, Instagram, social media life merged together and became such a unique, beautiful thing for me that I hadn't seen before, which was so crazy. Really, really crazy. So speaking of crazy, one day I went to an event. It was a NYX Cosmetics event, and I had gotten this dress and this wig just to do a YouTube video with, but never in my life I went out in public in a wig and a dress. And then I remember I asked if I should wear it to one of my friends, and they were like, yeah, go ahead, wear it, who cares? You know, that whole confidence thing. And so I decided to wear it out to the event, and I posted a picture of me on Twitter and on Instagram. And I remember OMF, one of my followers was had commented and said, you look like Tyra Banks. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I remember Tyra Banks saw it. When I tell you, Peter screamed from my bed, and I was in the living room, and he was like, oh my God, Tyra Banks messaged you. And I was like, what the heck? That was such a full circle moment for me, because I've been watching America's Next Top Model and her modeling career, and seeing her as a trailblazer in the industry was so cool. We messaged back and forth, and then she invited me to meet with her, which led to a YouTube video. When I tell you, I was filming with a Canon T5i camera, and I had 2 softboxes, and I had just hired my producer, who's still with us today, Fabian, and Peter, go and set up in the Tyra Banks headquarters. What happened, Peter? Okay, so Peter's on here. He's gonna tell what happened, because I wasn't there because I was coming from a meeting or an audition or something.
Yeah, you were somewhere.
I was like such a mom. I was like,
be on your best behavior. Do not mess up. Say hi to everyone. Be kind to everyone.
don't fuck it up. And it was just so funny. So what happened?
We haven't really worked with many celebrities at this point. Or even interacted with celebrities. But Fabian and I were like in one room, and then Fabian had to actually go outside to go get something from the car. And then I remember him running back to me because he literally opened the door, and then Tyra Banks was right there. And then she was like talking to someone outside of the door. And then he like quickly like shuffled around her, and then he came back inside. Eventually you arrived.
I remember I had red lipstick, I had a wing liner, and then she was so nice.
She was very...
When I tell you, Peter shakes whenever he asks for a selfie. I'm like, oh, can my brother get a selfie? This is my brother. And Tara was like, that's your brother? Remember, she was like, that's your brother? And then I was like, yeah. And then she goes, oh, I see ya. All right, brother, keep it up with the family. She's so nice.
She is very, very nice.
So nice.
But honestly, like I naturally shake whenever I'm just holding things.
So another celebrity was Shay Mitchell. When Peter asked for a picture with Shay Mitchell, Peter was like this. And the selfie looks like this, like blurry.
No, it was so fun after I detailed it.
After all the detail Peter had to do, it was so blurry. But she was so nice.
She was very nice. Oh my gosh, but that was an experience, and just filming that in that room was nerve-wracking, but we got it. The next story, whenever we talk about Katy Perry, is gonna be an interesting one.
Oh my God, yeah. Thank you, Peter. By the way, I am using the Nikita Dragon Fantasy Palette Volume 1. I'm using the color Transition. It's such a good neutral transition color. It looks very, very dark, but it's very, very cute. Today I'm gonna go for like an olive green lid just to have a pop of color. I'm trying to manifest money, financial responsibility this year, so I wanna start off the year with green. So that was not the last time I saw Tyra. She actually had invited me to dinner, just her, which blew my mind. We went to this Italian restaurant in Malibu. She's ordering in Italian. We're having a great conversation, and she asked me to help announce her being a host on America's Got Talent, which was so insane. And so I was like, what do you mean? She goes, I haven't announced that I'm gonna be on America's Got Talent as a host tomorrow. And I was like, oh my God, no way, congratulations. She goes, help me announce it on all my social media. So I did. Here's one of the videos that we did for her social media.
I am with America's Got Talent's newest host,
I love the light, darling.
Tyra Banks. Everybody,
Make sure you get the shoulder.
And guys, that was just so insane. And I literally was eating and she was eating. We're just like talking. And I was like, that's so cool that you get to be the host, because you were not the host of America's Next Top Model this past season. Rita Ora was. And she goes, yeah, but you wanna know something? And I was like, what? She goes, I'm coming back. And I was like, oh, wow, that's so cool. And she was like eating and she goes, yeah, you should be on America's Next Top Model. And then I was like, yeah, what did you say? So then the night ended. I went back home to Peter and Fabian and I was like, Tyra Banks just told me. And then I had called my manager and my team and they talked to the top model team and they were like,
No, we have our whole cast. Like, we're already set.
I was like, oh my gosh, what? I was like, okay, it's not gonna happen. Like 2 weeks later, they were like, we want Patrick on set of America's Next Top Model. Bitch, when I tell you I was shook to the core, that was so insane. It was just crazy that I was able to have the opportunity to be a challenge guest on America's Next Top Model, which literally blew my mind. To see the fantasy of everything and reality show how it happens was just so insane and just blew my mind. And I was on America's Next Top Model. When I tell you guys, if you guys are aspiring to be a celebrity makeup artist or a YouTuber, just have a positive mindset. I know at times, especially now, it seems so hopeless to continue and do your content, but just know no one can take what you have as an individual. You are special, you have something different, and it's up to you whether or not you show it on social media. I always want to remind you, ever since the beginning of my channel, life opens up when you do. And I literally mean that. The more you share, the more people will get to know who you are, and that's gonna make you different than everybody else. That's the mindset that I've had since the beginning, and that's what I feel brought me all of these opportunities, because of all the hard work and the difference that I was able to shape in terms of who I was. So make sure you own who you are, okay? Speaking of reality television, like America's Next Top Model, like one of the next celebrities blew my mind. So I was invited to the KKW event, and at that time I was really sad because I was going through it behind the scenes, lost some friends, didn't know what I was doing because I didn't have as big of a support system in the industry as before. I literally felt so alone, and I was just really sad. I knew my MAC collaboration was on the horizon, and this opportunity to attend Kim Kardashian's house, to go to her first ever launch, was so amazing. When I walked in the room, I made sure my turban had feathers in it, a beautiful all black, super clean, and I remember I had met Kris Jenner at the entrance of the door. When I walked in, she was like, oh, hello. And I was like, hi, my name is PatrickStarrr. I had my tall stripper heels on. The bordellos, if y'all are drag queens, y'all know. I had bordellos on, and she was like, wow, you look amazing. And I was like, thank you. We got to take a little selfie. And then I remember seeing Kim. That was such a gag, seeing Kim Kardashian. And it was just crazy just being there with all the influencers, seeing Kim. And I remember when I took my picture with her, it actually did not print. And I was so sad that our picture did not print. And I was like, Kim, can we take a picture again? And I was like so cringe asking her. And she was like, of course. I still have the original prints to this day. We were talking, she had done her first ever swatches on my arm and it made it on E! News the next day. And she was like, these are the first ever swatches on somebody. And I was so gagged, like, wow, Kim Kardashian's touching me. She said and looked at me and she goes, yeah, I admire what you do. And I really want to do a makeup tutorial on your channel. You know, Kim is like 5'3", you know, she's very, very short, and I'm like 5'6", 5'7", if you guys didn't know. I was looking at her and I was like,
this bitch is lying. Why the hell you lying?
and I was like, this is not gonna happen. But really quick, before I talk about how the collab like literally happened, Kim Kardashian is one of the most nicest, humble, honest, she has such an aura about her. Same with Tyra Banks and everyone that I've mentioned so far. So amazing. Kris, I thought I was gonna be so scared, but she was just so genuine, so amazing. She was running the party, but she was just so kind. You guys don't know, I also did her makeup as well. But Kim Kardashian was just so sickening and amazing. And the way that I found out that happened, I remember Peter and we were at VidCon and Peter was like, bitch, don't look at your phone. I need to see your reaction. And I was like,
I'm not waiting. I'm looking at my email.
Okay. So then I looked at my phone. Peter's rushing to the Instagram lounge. And I remember it was an email from Kardashian Jenner Communications or something. And it was like, Kim Kardashian would like to do a collaboration with you, PatrickStarrr. I wanted to scream out loud so bad because it was just like, I'm at VidCon. I have to do so many things at VidCon. I want to jump for joy and get like prepared for the video. When is this gonna happen? She really mentioned it and it was just so crazy. Fast forward to the actual filming day, what most people do not know, Jacqueline and I filmed our videos literally the same day, maybe like an hour apart from each other. I remember Kim went to go change her hair from, I believe she had like sleek hair with Jacqueline and then she had braids for mine. The kindest thing that she ever did, I haven't told anybody this. Kim was like, first of all, when she walked in and I was about to film, I was so gagged. It was late at night and she was willing to do 2 videos with me. And I remember she goes, let's take a Snapchat. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. So beautiful with no makeup, so kind. And she goes, I want you to do what you do best. Do you. This is my new project. I'm so excited to show you. She said, I want to save these snaps and post them tomorrow morning so you have your own moment. And if you guys remember in the video, I was just so like enamored and like, this is like, everything was happening so fast. And the way that she conducted herself, she was sat so still, like she sat in glam. And it was just one of the most surreal things that has ever happened in my life. So the next morning when she posted it, I was so gagged. My phone blew up like crazy. And it was just so surreal to have that moment with one of the most iconic women of our lifetime work with me, like in YouTube and like tap into that side of social, but trust like a little, you know, Filipino boy from Orlando, Florida, and everything was just happening so fast. I kept my composure, I got my outfit together, and it was literally a dream come true. And I'm so honored that that was able to come to life. Oh, so crazy. By the way, speaking of Kim Kardashian, I am using the Kylie Grinch pencil. This is called Grinch. It's the shadow stick. I've been seeing TikTokers like Michaela use this, and it's so pretty. I use this as a base for my shadow. So really quick, I'm gonna go ahead and set that cream base with this color called I Love It or Olive It from my One Size Visionary palette on a Fenty flat brush. Love this little brush for patting shadow. Oh my God, I met Rihanna too. I haven't worked with her, but I met her, so nice. Shout out to Fenty. All right, guys, I talked so much, I totally forgot to put in my contacts. These are my contacts by Desia, Rebel Gray. I did add my liner, my Point Made liquid liner. This liner by One Size, when I tell you, is so good, super black. My eyes were watering as the liner was on, and it has not bled or anything, and it is legit so waterproof. Definitely check it out. $90 at Sephora and OneSizeBeauty.com. A little plug from me to you. But next, I'm gonna go ahead and finish off my lashes. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Push Up Lashes by Charlotte Tilbury and do my mascara. I'm happy the way that this green is looking. I also added a little bit of this popper called Continental. It's a beautiful like old gold with beautiful large chunks of glitter if you want that money look, and I love this color so much. Oh, and really quick before we move on, we're gonna go ahead and put on these lashes. These lashes called Come Through. They are so gorgeous if you love drama. Okay, you guys? These lashes may look a little bit smaller on me, but on everybody else, they are so dramatic. If you have a large eye, Come Through definitely comes through. If you're into drag, these are definitely so cute as bottom lashes if you cut them up because they're like separated in wispies. And what I love the most about these is that they are cruelty free. Do you see that? So pretty. And by the way, it's really cool to see these celebrities also support my brand and my venture and what I do. And I think if you ever want to make it in this industry, having a good relationship, not starting drama, not clout chasing, not talking shit about them, I think you just have to treat others how you want to be treated, because this online world is just so nasty sometimes, but also at the same time, it can become so rewarding. And what I love about my platform is that I'm able to reach so many people and inspire you guys to truly, authentically be yourselves. When I tell you working with these celebrities helped me step by step become more confident in who I am as a gay, brown, Filipino person, I knew every time that I was gonna be seen with a celebrity on my channel, them as cis identifying celebrities and women could hopefully normalize this prejudice against the LGBTQ community. So I thank all the celebrities for giving me a voice to share with them on the internet. All right, guys, now that we have this money green look, who better to talk about money than the one, the only Kris Jenner? When I tell you Kris Jenner is the whole vibe, let me prep the skin. Let me prep the skin first of all. I'm gonna go ahead and prep the eyes with this brand new product. It's called the Wrinkle Blur Bacochial Eye Gel Cream with peptides and proteins. Sounds good to me. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this, one little pump. It's purple. Hopefully it doesn't alter my makeup. I'm just gonna go ahead and prep the skin. Next, I'm gonna take this sickening primer that fills in the pores right here and just blur the, oh, so good. Obsessed. Do you guys see that? Right there. And it's not too like, but it literally, like my skin, obsessed with this one. I'm just gonna go ahead and massage it into the skin and right here, which is my problem areas, and take the rest and just like blur it out. Bitch, secure that blur. I actually reached out to Kris Jenner because I saw Kylie's page. If you guys don't remember, Kylie's Instagram, Kylie Cosmetics page went dark and they were preparing for something huge, and that was Kris Jenner takeover. And so I remember they changed the profile picture and it was like Kris Cosmetics, and I was like so confused. And so at that point, I realized it was a collab with Kris Jenner. So I wished her congratulations. She had been following me. She still follows me. Love you, Kris. So I was like, oh my gosh, let me take a chance and DM her. When they say shoot your shot, everyone here, take a chance, shoot your shot. Like there's no harm in reaching out. I literally shot my shot. She was at the Met Gala and she was like, oh my God, love this idea. I remember you with Kim. And she was like, let me ask Kylie. And I was like, Kylie gonna say no. Kylie didn't want her mama with the YouTuber and the whole business. And literally, I believe like 20-30 minutes later, she was on a private jet on the way back to LA. She was like, Kylie said yes. And I remember the Met Gala was on a Sunday and I had asked her on Monday and she goes, how's Wednesday? And I was like, Wednesday? And she's like, yeah, Wednesday. And I was like, cool. And she goes, how's Wednesday at 6 a.m.? And I was like, perfect. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? So I remember I had this idea that I kind of wanted to dress up like her and surprise her in the video at the end. And she was so gagged, but I remember I had to prep her skin, which means I had to be glam and camera ready by like 6, leave my house around like 5:30 to get to the studio. And it was such a crazy moment because we had just been talking and she came in this Adidas tracksuit. She sat down, beautiful skin. She was getting her hair done. I'm doing her makeup and her prep. And this is the tea about mother Kris Kardashian. So I'm doing her makeup and she was just such a boss ass bitch, just taking calls, lawyers, the kids. Oh, she FaceTimed Kendall Jenner with Hailey Bieber. They were on vacation. I said hi to Kendall. Her balancing business and then being a mom at the same time. That energy was just so inspirational. She was talking to me about my turban and giving me business advice. Like, that is the definition of a true boss. Also, she announced me, I don't think I announced this on my YouTube channel. She announced me as the Beauty Influencer of the Year for 2020 on the American Influencer Awards, and Peter tricked me. And when I tell you she was dropping gems and dropping business, the real tea about that moment with Kris Jenner, I was so taken aback at her. Like, Kim was just quiet. She like would look at her phone and, you know, let me do the makeup and we would just chat and I was able to entertain. That's the one thing about being a YouTuber and entertaining the camera, like keeping the audience engaged, keeping them happy, picking out the products, doing the thing. It's just like so many moving parts. And I remember Kris Jenner was talking. She was calling her daughter. She was doing this. She was like, you know, just being a boss. And I was just so taken aback. I was like, do I excuse myself from this phone call? Because she's really talking about like personal stuff. In that moment, I just knew I'm there to do my job, prep her skin, do what I gotta do. That literally taught me to buckle the fuck up and do my job. So I loved the video. It was so successful. That was just one of the moments and gems I will never forget in my life. And I remember she gave me a gift. She gave me a note card with a bouquet of flowers saying thank you for her first ever YouTube video. I still have it in my place and I really want to frame it with a picture of us because that was just so cool. By the way, for my foundation, I use the Dior Air Flash and MAC Full Coverage, and my skin is looking so smooth and snatched, and skin prep is literally the most important thing. And I love this brush, the Morphe Y7 brush. You can get a discount using the code PSTARRR, okay? Haven't plugged that one in a minute. When I tell you, y'all save money, literally the best. So the next celebrity I wanna spill the tea on is the one, the only Katy Perry. When I tell you that was such a gag that YouTube had asked me to do her makeup, there was 3 influencers that got to do her makeup every day. She was doing her witness situation. This was a situation where it wasn't like directly with the celebrity, but with a third party like YouTube, because they were promoting her witness album, which I totally love. It was streaming all 3 days live. So the idea of the video was for her to be live on YouTube the whole weekend, nonstop, watching her in the bathroom, sleeping, everything, like the witness idea. So the audience can be a witness to her life. And so a part of that was like YouTubers coming in and like interacting with her, doing her makeup. And so I was on Sunday. And at the time I was filming my show Face Forward for Snapchat. If you guys haven't checked it out, you can definitely check it out on the Discover page. While we were filming our pilot for the show, Peter and Fabian were looking at the live stream of cameras. Like, I think Candy Johnson did her makeup the day before, and they were looking what areas to put the makeup in, because we were like, where do we put our makeup? And I was like, you know what? This was so freaking bold of me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a YouTube video at the same time. And when I tell you guys tea, that was not planned at all whatsoever. Me and Peter were the only ones allowed. We packed a suitcase with all the makeup. Mind you, I was so nervous because we could only use CoverGirl because she's a CoverGirl. I was so gagged, so I went to Target and I was like, I've never met her. I don't know what her skin is. It's not like I can look it up and really ask her what her skin is like. So I wanted to make sure I was taking care of her and her needs. So long story short, me and Peter, we bring our own freaking table. We set it up. We brought 2 lights with us. Mind you, there's cameras still rolling, so I didn't want to block any cameras. Peter was wedged next to the vanity with the camera zooming in and out, and I was like, we're gonna do it. And I casually just told Katy Perry, I was like, oh, we are also filming something for my channel. Nice to see you. She came and she hugged me really tight. At the end of it, Katy was in the mindset that it was a YouTube situation, and so I really couldn't direct her to my YouTube channel. So me and Peter were like, we need the posing shots. We need the posing shots. Me and Peter were like, oh my gosh, should we just ask her? Should we just ask her? And he's like, just ask her. And I was like, Katy Perry, do you mind just posing to camera? And she just leaned in and she posed. And I was able to do my intro with her, my outro with her. I was just like, we did it. And I remember Katy said,
Patrick, I love you so much.
And this is tea. I cannot talk about this next part after, but I was asked to do her makeup again for something personal. And I'm not gonna talk about what happened, anything, just because when I landed, I had to sign an NDA, which means I don't wanna get in trouble. I signed it, I got to do her makeup, and the most gorgeous being ever, and I'm such a fan. And I remember I got invited to go to her concert from her team, and I remember she was singing, I forgot, I think it was E.T. or something, and she sees me in the audience, and she literally winks and waves. And I remember I brought Tiara Monet with me from Face Forward because we were filming all day that day, and then we had went to the concert, and Tiara was like, oh my god, she just looked at you. And I was like, oh my god, that's so crazy. And Johnny Wujek is her stylist for many years, who's also on the show with us, and we were just so enamored by her presence and her being. She's just one of the kindest people. Peter and I bumped into her at a movie premiere. She introduced me to Orlando. She's just such a down-to-earth gal with such a strong, powerful presence, and it's just amazing to see her be just so kind and so honest and so real. And that's someone that I truly love. And you know who I could say the same thing for is Lady Gaga. Even though I haven't got to work with her, House Labs, I bumped into her at the movie premiere of A Star Is Born. So amazing, so cool. Got to have one-on-one with her, and she's just such an amazing person as well. So I want to work with Lady Gaga one day. I know if y'all are like me and y'all are fans of me and you watch my channel and love the theatrics and the drama, y'all know the incomparable, the fabulous duo Annalisa Vanderpool and Raven Simone from the Disney hit show That's So Raven. You're supposed to zoom in.
I'm Raven Simone and you're watching YouTube.
Perfect. Wow. How did we meet Annalisa Vanderpool? Like, that was so crazy. I think she was like following on Instagram, got to meet her. I did the collaboration with her. I love Annalisa. She is exactly Chelsea in real life. Loud.
Hi.
Crazy.
Raven
Funny.
Anal ease.
And she was so kind enough to bring Raven shortly after our collab, which was so cool. Raven Simone is a fine art student and very collaborative with the makeup process. I will say this because it's already out there on the internet. When I was talking about like her history with Disney Channel, and then I kind of blurted out, when we are sisters. And I remember Annalisa going, no cheater girls. Cause you know, her thing with Keely and Raven, there was like this whole like feud between them, which is on the internet. I'm such a huge fan of Raven, such an inspiration, so funny, so talented. And we did it in my apartment before I had Star Studios here. So for them to be in my apartment, sit on my couch, we ate lunch together. Annalisa was just so kind. That was really surreal to have literally my childhood icon sitting in my home with me, just talking and having a good time and also eating, which was so great. And we bumped into them at the premiere of The Lion King, another tea. Annalisa saw us and she met Beyonce, but she didn't want to ask for a picture. She took Raven's picture with Beyonce and Blue and I think Jay-Z, I think they were in VIP, and Annalisa was like, I could not say hi to Beyonce. When I tell you these people are people, they have feelings, they're human, they're kind, they really are great at what they do. It just makes me happy to have worked with them and have a little bit of history with them in my career as PatrickStarrr. Oh, Annalisa also got to be in my music video, right? The O Santa one? Yeah. So cool. Also, speaking of Disney Channel, shout out to Ashley Tisdale, such a superstar. Talked about her husband, her career. I got to do a recreation of a fall makeup tutorial and her wedding makeup tutorial, which was so gorgeous. And I was so honored that we were able to recreate that for my bridal series, which I should probably pick back up because that was so fun. Oh, by the way, also Ashley Tisdale told me how she bumped into Britney Spears on the plane, which was so cool. And I felt like I was a second away from Britney Spears. Free Britney. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and brighten my under eye with the same old. If you guys have any other recommendations for a new foundation powder, let me know. I'm just trying to finish this NW25 by MAC up on my beauty blender just to brighten the eye and just add a little bit more coverage. Also, too, I wanna talk about Jessie J, one of the greatest vocalist of our time. So I wanted to go all out for Jessie J. I had some friends at Makeup Forever because she had a collaboration or partnership with Makeup Forever. I was like, yeah, I can play the piano, she can sing. So we did it. I rented a $2,000 piano and a $2,000 studio because it was in a beautiful loft situation, and I had my whole team. So it was like thousands of dollars to produce, which was, you know, expensed by the brand. This is to y'all. And I remember we were waiting and waiting and waiting for Jessie to come in. She comes in, it's like 2 Makeup Forever reps, like her whole entourage. We're waiting and we're like, hello. We had to hoist this piano into the loft, and I was so excited. I was practicing Joyful Joyful from Sister Act, and then one of the reps, I believe it was from Makeup Forever, goes to me and is like, she's not going to sing. And my heart literally just shattered. Well, respectfully so, because she came from a studio recording session. You know, I wanted to respectfully respect her wishes to rest her voice. This is her livelihood, and she wasn't up to sing that day. So I was like, okay, we'll just have it in the background, the piano in the background, and we'll have fun. And it was so cool because when I did her makeup, she changed her profile picture to the makeup that I did. She posted multiple pictures of us on her Instagram. So once we were done doing her makeup, I remember the whole team. It was like my team, the Makeup Forever team, Jessie J's team. I had done my outro already. All right, see you guys on my next video, bye. She was literally just standing there and her team was like, go ahead. And I was like trying to avoid the situation. And then the manager comes up to me, or I forget, a rep had come up to me and was like, ask her to sing. And I was like, but y'all told me she can't sing. She don't want to sing. They're like, ask her to sing. And I was like, y'all are gonna get me slapped because y'all told me in the beginning she cannot sing. I turned to her, I literally clenched my ass cheeks, and I was like, would you like to sing? And she goes, sure, sure. And when I tell you she sang Joyful, Joyful, literally in my ear, we did it twice. My team was already in the mindset to not take out the other equipment to film her on this gimbal because we had like a Steadicam with us, and it takes like about 10 minutes to balance the camera on the gimbal so it's like a nice smooth shot. I told audio, gimbal, we were like, just leave it on the tripods, and it was such the most beautiful, magical moment, most stressful moment of a collab ever. Like such a switch up. That was so crazy, but it has to be one of my favorite videos on my channel because I got to show another side of me playing piano with an amazing, amazing, amazing talent like Jessie J. And also too, I know Jessie J, if you're watching, I am praying for your recovery. I'm sending all the good vibes and thoughts for your health in 2021 and moving forward. So I love Jessie J so much. Please show her some love, support, because she's just absolutely one of my favorites. Oh, another crazy situation of a celebrity icon, goddess of her time. I was just messaging her just now, is the one and only Naomi Campbell. Shout out to Derek Glassberg for hooking it up with Naomi Campbell for her first ever YouTube collaboration. That was just so intimidating. Not her, I think just the idea of doing Naomi Campbell's makeup. I had flown my whole team to New York City. It was just such a crazy prep because we wanted all the lights to be correct. I wanted to take her photos, and it was just such a long day for that tutorial, but it was so worth it. I got to know her on a personal level. I will say, to spill some tea, because I got to spill some tea with Naomi too on her channel. If you guys want to check that out, we had a tea party. Before we started, Naomi was just so curious about this whole YouTube world. She was asking me, she's like, how does YouTube work? And I was like, oh, you want to show your life. You want to show, you know, who you are. It's a very different way where it's unedited and you get to control the narrative. You get to edit. It's your channel. It's your voice. I literally said an idea would be like, what's in your bag? I did a what's in your bag, what's in my bag with Tyra Banks, and we went through her purse to see how she organizes her bag. And Naomi goes, I have hot sauce in my bag. And I was like, oh my God, we're not filming it. I wanted to say this on camera, but I'll share it with all of you. She goes, I had hot sauce in my bag before Beyonce. And I was like, it Gold. Naomi, I love you. She actually posted, used my Go Off Makeup Dissolving Mist and wipes, and she texted me for them, which is so crazy. It was just such a magical day with her. I'm not saying that she was scary. I think just working with such a supermodel icon, the idea of that was just so scary to me. The beautiful thing about Naomi, she's so open and willing to embrace newness. Just like fashion is always something so new. So I really admire her and appreciate her for that. One of the new blushes that I'm using today, which I have been obsessed with, is She's So LA. It's a beautiful neutral blush. This looks amazing on men and on warm skin tones. It's not too pink or peach. It's just like a little light flush of color. And it's just so pretty. And it's by PatrickStarrr Beauty. So really quickly, I'm gonna tightline my eye with the Bodacious Black One Size Point Made Gel Eyeliner. This liner is literally super duper black and super duper waterproof. If you guys want something for sensitive eyes that stays, this is it. And really quickly, I'm gonna blend that out with the color Matcha from the One Size Visionary palette. So really quickly, one last celebrity that I have been really taken aback by, that I happened to work with right before COVID happened, is the one, the only Jessica Alba. When I tell you, she is so stunning and kind and beautiful in person. Literally such a queen. I love Jessica Alba. Definitely check out her channel. I was also kicking off her YouTube channel as well, which was such an honor to kick it off. She came in here and was down to TikTok, ready to just get down and with it. She knew how to use the app. I was still trying to navigate TikTok and the new features. She knew, and that was just so inspirational that she was just so down with it. And this is also like crazy. I was invited to the Fenty Beauty Rihanna event that same day. So when I tell you we were filming maybe for like 6-7 hours, really taking breaks, eating lunch, doing the whole thing here in the studio, I had to also get ready for the Fenty event. And I remember I was working on One Size at the time. I was working on a photo shoot. I was working on PR. I had to do the Jessica Alba video, do all those pieces of content. And then we were running late to the Fenty event. And I remember the Fenty team was like, oh, we have to have Patrick come. And I don't know who it was. There was just so much going on. I had like a little panic attack because there's so much going on that I couldn't really sit still and like take time, because I was just going so much that time right before COVID, and we were deciding like, you know, our One Size tour, our campaigns and stuff. But nonetheless, it was the most amazing, rewarding day to meet the both of them in the same day and get content and be a part of something so big, like launching Jessica Alba's YouTube channel and also being a part of that Fenty launch. Rihanna and I took shots together. That was just so cool. But I don't want to get distracted. Let me tidy my makeup. I really miss talking to you guys. It's just so crazy to feel like it's a new year. I feel like I'm in a better mindset mentally to just chat and be open, because I feel like I've kind of missed that. All of 2020, I know I was kind of like, I don't know if lackluster is the right word. I mean, I did launch my brand and everything, but it's like doing your own brand is just so much. And I really want to shout out all of the other brand owners out there, all of the other founders in Sephora and Ulta, and none of them, if you are a small brand, it really takes a lot to own and stick to who you are, because there's a lot of things that happen in your mind that you question. But if it's anything that I can take away from my past 2020, working with all these celebrities, it's to plan, have the right mindset, and be confident in who you are. Like, everyone has a different journey. Don't compare yourself to other people. And I hope everyone could take that away from my channel. And I know it's gonna be a very, very hard uphill battle, but just know you're loved. This message, this video is meant for you. And I feel so inspired to encourage you guys to keep going. That's what my channel is all about, operating through kindness, owning who you are, loving who you are, respecting who you are, and also all the same, but for others as well. Before I get off topic, let me do my lips. Really quickly, take your ultimate puff. Guys, this puff changes the game because of this straight edge. Snatch it at Sephora and onesizebeauty.com. And also right here, literally cleans up that messy bronzer or blush. So for the lips, I just lined my lips with the Il Makiage brown lip liner. So yummy. I'm just gonna feather that with a little lip brush. So next I'm gonna take the Fenty Gloss Bomb Cream in the color Honey Waffles and apply that to the center. Such a different orangey color. Love this. And to seal everything on my face, I'm gonna go ahead and take the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Set Mist. Spray the face. I'm gonna change and I'll be right back for the finished look. All right, everyone, this is the finished look. It is my signature full coverage glam on the skin with spiky lashes, with a shimmery olive eye, with a brown deep peach lip. I hope you guys try it at home. Be sure to check out all the products linked down below. Comment who you would like to see me collab with next. It could be a YouTuber, another makeup artist, a celebrity. I had so much fun spilling the tea on the behind the scenes of how these relationships and these collaborations have come about. I thank you guys so much for supporting me and my channel. I hope you guys are inspired to create, to keep going, and be sure to subscribe here if you guys want to see more videos with me, Patrick Starr. I love you, I support you, I believe in you. Don't forget, makeup is a one size fits all, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Bye.